Good morning, Goderich. This is Anthony Wilkinson. This is June the 2nd, 2010. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I attempted to film earlier on the beach today, but because of the wind, the audio was pretty much non-usable. It was just me, talking, but no voice coming out. So I'm here on the square in the beautiful bandshell. You can just pan around the square here. And we're on in Uptown Goderich in the BIA area, giving a shout out to the BIA. And as I said before, the courthouse, which is behind me here. You'll recall from my video yesterday where I pointed this out from the air. The tower is kind of out this way from where we were up yesterday. And I'd just like to talk today, a little bit of camera issue there. I'd just like to talk today a little bit about getting started with social media. A lot of people I talk to, and talking about social media, I think the first step is always people are saying blogging. You should blog, and I think for a lot of people that's a really big first step. And when I say blogging, I mean like writing articles about your business or about your passions. And it's a big step. It's a big first step. It's like Chris Brogan very wisely likened it to getting up on stage in front of a stadium full of people and singing for the first time alone. It's just some people are really not that comfortable putting themselves out there that much. So my suggestion to that is that first, it might be a lot easier just to find the blogs in your niche, in your community, in your business that you enjoy, and find some really good ones and follow them for a little while, just to see what they're doing. And that will usually give you some inspiration and give you some, you'll be able to kind of learn from that as sort of, what to talk about, what not to talk about, maybe what opportunities there are as far as maybe a subject that you think is nobody's talking about that you could really jump in there and own that. As well, starting a text blog, there's some infrastructure involved. I mean, there's infrastructure involved in all sorts of blogging, but for writing text, you have to, you have to write it up, you have to put it online, and where it's sitting is kind of, those are things you have to think about. So do you put it on Blogger, or do you put it on Postgres, or do you install WordPress on your web server and things like that. And for me, that's part of the reason why I've gone with video blogging first, is that AnthonyWilkinson.tv is coming along, and it will host, my written blogs and video blogs. But for now, I think it's easier for me, certainly, just to get over the hump of just creating content, of just putting the message out there for people and trying to help some people out. And YouTube for me exists. I'm familiar enough with it that I can, throw a video up on there, and I'm pretty comfortable with how that works. And I, record. I had a camera already I can record with, and I cut it together with Windows Movie Maker. And despite its limitations, it's gotten a lot better. It's like less than half an hour, including recording time, is to get a video out there. So that's my suggestion. Is just start creating content in a way that's comfortable to you. I mean, for me, I'm a lot more comfortable just talking to people as opposed to writing articles. I tend to obsess a little bit about wording and things like that, and I think this is more of an impromptu way of doing it. And I think as well it helps people kind of show what I'm like, for better or worse, in person, and what I'm like to work with. So I think that's kind of the way I'm approaching this. I'm just going to check my notes here. So I mean, as I said, to get in, find what you're comfortable doing, watch what other people in your space are doing, and interact with them. Another suggestion I'd like to give you is, if you find blogs and if you find media on the internet you really like, I really strongly suggest that you put comments in and start interacting with those people. For somebody starting out, I think my video yesterday is up to 100 and something views, which, for me, I'm really happy about it in one day. That seems pretty phenomenal. And I think for me, it's also people commenting on it really reinforces what I'm doing. It really helps me keep motivated to keep doing it. And if you can find some people in your space, and if you comment on their blogs, very often people are very grateful for that. And just even if you have to say, like, I just read it and thank you, and I'm here, and I'm watching what you're doing, and I really hope you keep it up. And that really means a lot to bloggers. And oftentimes they feel like they're just kind of shouting out into the wilderness. So, and as I say that, I would like to invite you to comment on my blogs. You can send an email to comments@AnthonyWilkinson.tv. There will be a line on the screen, and in the credits there will be the email address and some contact information. And I hope to hear from you. And what else should I say? I've also, just in terms of the blogging thing as well, is when you get started, find a way to track your improvements, find a way to track your progress. So, I mean, now this is my 6th video, so I've gone back and watched the first 5, and I'm trying to find ways to make it a better experience for you at home and to try to streamline the experience for me. So, doing just simple things like writing out show notes and making sure that the audio levels are high enough that people can hear it. I may have to go back and edit this because I'm talking and there's cars driving around the square and it's raining a bit. So I appreciate the time. I appreciate you watching. And I hope to hear from you soon. And as I said, if you'd like to be on the show, send me a line at comments@anthonywilkinson.tv and send me some feedback. And hopefully I'll hear from you soon. Take care, Goderich. Have a good day.